Hi guys, it's Jody. Today's video, I want to do something a little bit different. I haven't done a super modified bloom in quite a while. I think I've only done one on this channel. I know I've done some off camera. I really like just kind of playing with the paint and the skewer and super modding it out. But I before fall is over, I wanted to use the fall color palette that I had in a number of videos back. I just loved that color palette and I thought it would be really nice in a super modified bloom. So that is what I want to do today. So let's go get started. All right, for this piece, I've got a 10 by 10 wood cradle board that I've taped up the back, and I'm using my silicone mat, not map, to keep it from flying off. The color, I'm going to go through the colors, the cell activator and the pillow really quick before we get started painting. Yeah, first color I have is actually, it is my nickel azo gold, the golden fluid with a little bit of the interference gold. However, I had two different paints mixed up. I had just regular quinacridone nickel azo gold mixed up, and then I had mixed up the nickel azo gold with the interference gold, and then two separate pouring mediums. So this is a mutt. This has both the Valspar Varathane and the Jo Sonja Infinity pouring mediums in here. It's all in here, and it has a nice little shimmer to it. I had just a little bit left of both of those, so I thought, okay, I've mixed those before. I don't mind doing it again. Anyway, the next color is Persian Autumn Yellow Pirage Posse. I've got this mixed up with my Valspar Varathane pouring medium. And then the next color I have is a pigment. It is this little piggy's ball gown, which is an interference gold. There's going to be a lot of gold in this piece, a lot of shimmers. And this I have mixed up with my Dutch Boy Jo Sonja. And then I've got the antique copper metallic, the Pirage Posse. And this is mixed up with the Valspar Varathane. And then finally, my last color, I've got quinacridone burnt orange. I started with this, and then I mixed in just a little bit of the Amsterdam oxide black, maybe a tiny drop or two, just to darken this up. I've had this mixed up for a while. This is mixed up with my Infinity Jo Sonja pouring medium. It's a little bit on the runny side, but we're not going to use a lot, so I'm not worried about it. Now my cell activators, I've got two, and one is experimental. So the first one, normally I will mix up my black cell activator with Amsterdam oxide black. But this time when I mixed it up, I wanted to use the Atelier Mars black. I've used this before. I did a video, it was quite a while ago, where I tested Australian Floetrol on a lot of different paint brands, and this was one that I really liked. And I'm always using Amsterdam, and I'm like, Jody, let's branch out. Let's use something else. So I've mixed up the Atelier Mars black with Australian Floetrol, and it's on the thicker side. I still did 4:1, but it's a bit thicker, and I did test it and it works well, so we're gonna run with it. Now, the second pouring medium I have, the second the second cell activator that I have is, this is actually, I got a set of these. These are the Amsterdam Standard Series. This is actually like a interference gold. It's called Pearl Yellow, and they do sell it in the bigger bottles, but they had a set of 6 of different interference or pearl colors, and I wanted to try them out, and I had an idea to use them for cell activators. Since Amsterdam works really well, I thought, well, maybe it'll work, so I mixed it up as a cell activator. This is my Australian Floetrol and that Amsterdam Pearl Yellow at 4:1. 4 parts of the Australian Floetrol, 1 part of, and it is a bit runnier, but my idea is I'm going to put this down first, the black down first, and then I'm going to put this on top so you can kind of see the shimmers within the cell activator. All right, now finally the pillow. I'm going to be using my Glidden Premium in Satin. It's probably going to use more satin now because it's runnier in the summer, but it's thicker in the winter months when it's colder down here. And eggshell sometimes is too thick for me. Actually, I want a little bit more. So you'll probably see me using this a lot more. I'm going to spread this out really quick. All right. I'm going to put it right in the middle. I'm not going to make it too big because we are going to spin it out just a little. And I am going to try to blow out the petals. Different, asymmetrical. All right, the next is going to be the Persian Autumn Yellow. And then the Ball Gown Pigment. And then the Antique Copper Metallic. Put a little bit more of that on. I really like this. And then the Burnt Orange Oxide Black mix. And I just realized I'm doing this like I would normally do a bloom. Usually when I do a super modified bloom, I kind of put colors in different sections, and I just made a big, so we're going to do this different. We're going to see what happens. I'm kind of excited about that. This might turn into a happy accident. I'm going to put down the black first, and then I'll put down that pearl yellow. It's a little bit thicker. Give that a minute to sink down. And then the pearl yellow. All right. I like how that's blown out. Let's play. Definitely going to use my skewer. I may or may not use palette knives too, since this is a super modified bloom. I've never done one this way before. This is going to be interesting and exciting all at the same time. Kind of want to separate some of them just a little. that right there. I don't want to touch it. All right. I think I'm good. I definitely put too much paint on. It's going off the edge, so I'm not going to have a nice negative space one. It is going to kind of stretch out, but I'm really hoping that some of this will open up in here. So I'm going to meet you over at the spinner box, and we are going to see what comes of this. All right. Kind of like to move it down just a little. All right, here's what we got. Before we start spinning it out, I'm just gonna spin slow. I know I'm gonna lose some on the edges, but I want to try to get some to go off this way, and then this, whoa, and this way. I've still got more paint to get. Oh, well, that's opening up really nice, actually. I've got a little bit more paint to get off, but this is not what I had imaged in my head, but it's turning out really nice. I was hoping for kind of the other super modified blooms I've done where it's in the center and not going off the sides, but this is actually kind of cool. I am digging it, and I love all the movement with the different little effects I put in there. I didn't want to touch the middle because I just loved what it looked like. And I think I need to get over that because this is supposed to be a super modified bloom. All right, I've got a little bit of movement left, but I like this composition. I really don't want to lose it anymore. So I think I'm good. I haven't decided on the composition yet. I kind of like all four sides, but I think we're going to stop right here. Oh, this has got some nice sparkle in here. Ooh, let's not drop it. Here's what that looks like before. I'm going to get cleaned up, and I will bring you over for the flyover of this guy. All right, here is the flyover. I turned the flash on so you can get all the sparklies in here, but I just love how that yellow in the background is kind of making certain areas glow. This was a lot of fun, and I'm really digging the composition now, even though it went over. This is my favorite right here. I don't know what's going on right here, but just so cool. In for some sparklies though too, but I love this color combo. It's such a great fall combo, and it just looks like it's on fire. This might be a fire dragon. A lot of my pieces I named dragon. I don't know why. But there it is as a whole, and I cannot wait to see what this looks like when it's dried. I will be back once it's dried to give you the dried results. And I'm back to show you the super modified bloom we just did, and it just dried beautifully. I'm looking at it right now. I have it propped up on my bench here, and I'm going to flip the camera around because the lighting is actually a little bit better. I've noticed the past few times where I'll stand back and I'll show you. The camera doesn't pick up all the goodness, so I think I'm going to start turning the camera around and just showing it to you that way instead, dried. So let me bring you over. All right, here it is as a whole, and I just love how the background looks like it's glowing. That yellow in the background is just kind of like, ah, and it's peeking through in some areas. But let me bring you in and just, all the goodness. It's just so pretty. And there are shimmers. I'll show you the shimmers in a minute. This is probably my favorite spot right here. I mean, it just looks like it's glowing right in there, and I probably could have modified it more. I mean, I can always add more. This kind of opened up a little, and I don't know if you can see, it almost looks, some of the cells, especially towards the bottom, look like it's glowing from within. I'm so excited about this. And I added too much paint because it did go off the sides. Normally I kind of like to have negative space all the way around, but I think it still turned out really nice, and I like the composition of it. But there are some really nice shimmers in here, and of course it's not going to pick it up, but I do plan to resin this piece. It's going to be so pretty. So let me turn you back around so I can give you my final thoughts. So even though I didn't get the negative space I wanted, I still think it turned out really, really awesome. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you thought of this super modified bloom. These are just so much fun to do. Have you tried them? Tell me, I want to hear. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.